All right, so Mayor, first of all, everyone knew we were getting snow, but how much more did we end up getting than we actually initially thought, say, 24 hours ago?
Sure, 24 hours ago, under the worst case scenario, we were expecting up to 18 inches. Fast forward to this morning, it's clear that we have more than doubled that, with more than 40 inches coming down in the city of Binghamton alone. So I think residents across the region were waking up to a much different sight than they went to bed thinking.
Yeah. All right, so remind me, you guys obviously kicked into gear. Remind me of the various things you did even before the snow started falling.
Sure, I think the primary things that helped us with Winter Storm Gale is obviously asking residents to get their vehicles off the streets, parking in a parking garage or a lot or a neighbor's driveway. Suspending garbage collection and recycling and focusing on all of our personnel on snow removal. And I think as people know, the priorities are you focus on your primary and emergency routes first. That we have 2 hospitals in Binghamton, so we focus on that first. Then our secondary thoroughfares that cut through major neighborhoods across Binghamton, and then the side streets, and then we'll end with the dead-end streets. So, our rule of thumb is, approximately 24 hours after the snow stops falling, and so the snow stopped falling a couple hours ago, so we hope to have the snow removed from, curb to curb. So right now, as we speak at 12:30 p.m., we've shifted more into the side streets in the neighborhoods where some of the roads are passable and some are not. So our focus right now for the duration of the day, since the snow has stopped, is focusing on now the side streets and the dead end, so that when people wake up tomorrow, it will be we'll have the bulk of the work done. And then obviously we have to take this snow somewhere, so we'll focus on downtown and neighborhoods with a larger snow removal effort. But right now it's just plowing the streets and making sure that they're safe and passable for motorists.
A couple Parks and Recs trucks just went by behind us. Obviously, these must be all hands-on-deck scenarios where anyone who can be pulled into plowing, I assume, is.
Well, that's exactly right. It is an all-hands-on-deck approach, and right now we have plows from our Water and Sewer Department, our Parks and Recreation Department, and our Department of Public Works working together in tandem 24 hours a day. We have a very, well laid out plan. We've obviously learned many lessons from Winter Storm Stella in 2017. We've purchased new and better equipment. We have different management, different plans, and our approach is different as well. And I think we are better prepared in 2020. But the reality, Jim, is that we've had 40 inches come down in an approximate 12-hour period. So that's unprecedented. So it's going to, we're going to have to take a day to dig out. So obviously people, now that the snow has stopped, you want to get out, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take us over the course of the day, but we will get to you just as quickly as we can, and things will be back to normal before you know it.
What would you like residents to do now going forward? What are some of the ways in which they can make things easier on the city workers and also just be safe?
Absolutely. The number one thing you can do to help the city of Binghamton is get your vehicle off the street. I think a lot of people heeded that warning yesterday, or that request yesterday, but there are so many vehicles that are still now buried on the streets right now that could have been in a driveway. I see, the driveways have, 3 feet of snow but are empty, but the car is on the street. The number one thing you can do is get your vehicle off the street. The quicker you get your vehicle off the street, the quicker we will be able to fully respond. And also, please don't snow blow your snow into the street. So when the plows come by, when you snow blow or shovel, or a private plow driver pushes the snow into the street when they're plowing a private lot, that just adds to the removal effort, and it will cause us to take a longer period of time. So those, I think, are 2 of the most important things. If you don't need to be on the road today, stay off the road. Right? I mean, it's going to take you several hours to shovel out your driveway anyway. So this is a day where you should hunker down, you should stay home, and let the experts and the professionals have the time and resources to make it safe for everyone.
I have to ask this. This is our first big snowstorm. Oh boy.
Yeah.
in the era of COVID and the pandemic. Is that forced any significant changes in how you approach things, or is it pretty much business as usual?
No, it hasn't changed because emergency routes are always our primary focus. And so whether it's a COVID emergency or any other emergency routes are always, first and foremost with your primary routes. What has changed, I think, this year a little bit is the fact that so many people have the ability to work from home and that schools are able to have remote access, that I think it's lessened the pressure on municipalities to get things done as quickly as possible. That doesn't mean that we're working less quickly, but a lot of people were still able to work today from their homes, and that does make it a lot easier. And so that's something that's new this snow cycle, and I think will continue, that you have the ability to work from home, and so you're not necessarily missing out, you're not falling further behind. Now, not everybody has the ability to do that, but a lot of people are working from home that didn't have the ability to work from home in 2017.
All right, at this point I'm good unless there's something else you'd like to add.
Okay. No,
All right,
very good.
Excellent. Good job.
Always appreciate it.